In 1922, when Bhagwan's mother attained Mahasamadhi, it was not Bhagwan who wanted to entomb her, glorify her, or build a temple for her. It was Kavyakantha who told Bhagwan, according to the scriptures and your words in the Ramana Gita, she is a realized soul. She should be entombed with all sanctity. He administered this task, and it was over her Samadhi that the Matru Bhuteshwara temple was constructed. Kavyakantha even assigned the temple its name, Matru Bhuteshwara, meaning the Lord who has become the mother. Thus the idea of the temple, the nucleus around which Ramana Ashramam was built, came from Kavyakantha. Kavyakantha was a great man. Due to his intense penance, his kundalini rose. According to the scriptures, when the kundalini goes to the Sahasrara, the crown of the head, its power passes through the head and reaches the sun. Kavyakantha did not want this to happen. Being Bhagwan's disciple, he wanted Bhagwan to place his hand on his head. Kavyakantha later said, "The moment Bhagwan put his hands on my head, it was like cool moon rays raining down on me. The pain completely subsided." Prior to this, some of Bhagwan's other devotees reported seeing a faint vapor-like substance rising from the top of Kavyakantha's head. My teacher, T.K. Sundaresa Iyer, Kunju Swami and Viswanatha Swami experienced another incident involving Bhagwan's grace upon Nayana. At one time, while doing penance in a Ganesha temple in Tiruvattiur near Chennai, Kavyakantha felt he was unable to progress spiritually. He prayed to Bhagwan, "Help me, help me." In response, he felt Bhagwan appearing before him, putting his hand on him, releasing him from his spiritual stagnation, and then disappearing. Kavyakantha immediately told his disciples about what happened. At about the same time in Skandashramam, Bhagwan collaborated. "I was lying down and all of a sudden my body started floating. I heard the word Tiruvattiur and walked down the main street. I saw a Ganesha temple and entered it. Then I was suddenly back at Skandashramam." T.K. Sundaresa Iyer asked Bhagwan, "How did this happen?" Bhagwan replied, "It is the sankalpa of Nayana. It was not my desire to go." He continued, "With this experience, I also understood how Siddhas, legendary sages and saints, travel in the astral realm. Perhaps it was the same for me. Still, it was not mine, but Kavyakantha's desire that made it happen." One day, when Bhagwan was coming down the hill along with Nayana, Sundaresa Iyer and other devotees, he suddenly stopped and said, "Nayana, look at me right now. The sun, moon, stars and planets are revolving around my waist." The onlookers could not see the spectacle, but they did see Bhagwan's body glowing with a brilliance. Awed over, the devotees prostrated in front of the master and chanted the sacred Purusha Suktam, a chant sung by ancient sages, praising the Lord of the universe, where the sun and the moon are described as the two eyes of the Lord. Bhagavan vouchsafed that after the Kundalini and Tiruvattiur experiences, an electric current had begun to pass through Kavyakantha's body. Consequently, he could not walk barefoot on the earth without getting an electric shock. He began wearing wooden slippers, but would reverently take them off in his master's presence. Bhagavan would compassionately say, "Nayana is coming, he cannot walk barefoot. Place a non-conductor, a wooden plank for him to sit on. Give him also a woolen blanket that he can walk on." We must respect Bhagwan's relationship with Kavyakantha. How the master looked upon his disciples is more important than how a fellow disciple looked upon another. A sage like Bhagwan admired Nayana. That is what seekers and devotees of Bhagwan should consider. Devotees of Bhagwan are indebted to Kavyakantha Ganapati Muni. Firstly, he was the one who gave the master his celebrated sacred name. Secondly, he was the first person who persuaded our master to start talking. Before him, Shiva Prakasham Pillai, Gambhiram Sesayya and others assumed Bhagwan was in formal silence and received Bhagwan's answers only in writing. It was to Kavyakantha that Bhagwan started giving answers orally. He was also the one who insisted that Bhagwan write a poem in Sanskrit in the Arya meter. Bhagwan replied that he knew little of Sanskrit and its meters. Kavyakantha explained the rules of the Arya meter and repeated his request. A day later, Bhagavan presented to an amazed Kavyakantha 2 flawless verses. Then, on the following day, he presented 3 more. It seems that the Muni exclaimed to his disciples, "Can any of us write like this?" These 5 verses form a hymn, Arunachala Pancharatnam, that is chanted daily in front of Bhagwan's Samadhi. Ocean of nectar full of grace, engulfing the universe, universal splendor, O Arunachalam, the Supreme Self, be thou the sun and open the lotus of my heart in bliss. O Arunachalam, indeed the picture of the universe is formed, has its stay and is dissolved. This is the sublime truth. Thou art the inner self who dances in the heart as I. Heart is thy name, my Lord. He who turns inward with an untroubled mind to search where the consciousness of I arises, realizes the self and rests in the Arunachalam, like a river when it joins the ocean. Abandoning the outer world, with mind and breath control to meditate on the within, the yogi sees the light, O Arunachalam, and finds his delight in thee. He who dedicates his mind to thee and seeing thee always beholds the universe as thy figure. He who at all times glorifies thee and loves thee as none other than the self, he is the master without rival, being one with thee, Arunachalam, eternally in thy bliss.